more than 70% of Americans say they are struggling to pay for food, housing, and health care, according to a CBS News poll. Saturday morning co-host Kelly O'Grady has some tips to cut her costs.
It's getting more expensive to go shopping. From housing and gas to clothes, Americans are feeling the squeeze. Food prices have jumped nearly 20% since 2022, and they could go even higher. Diesel prices are up over 50% since the start of the conflict with Iran. Remember, diesel fuels the trucks that transport most food and household items to the store.
But there are some ways to save on feeding your family. With me is shopping and lifestyle expert Maureen Petrosky, who is going to share her secrets to savings. Ready to shop?
Let's go.
Okay, so we're starting in the meat section because there are actually a lot of money-saving substitutions, right?
Definitely. Prep work is important, having a list is important, but more importantly is having a budget so you can be flexible with your list. For instance, if on your list you've got chicken breast, but chicken thighs are on sale, it's a simple swap and an easy way to save money. You want to make sure you look for price per unit.
And I mean, that's a savings of $1 per pound.
Per pound.
I'm a big fruit girl. It always needs to be fresh. What's a way to save?
It's not always best to be in the fresh section. Let's head to freezer.
Okay, so you want me to trade my fresh fruit for freezer?
I do. Actually, fruit, vegetables are picked or packaged at their peak ripeness. That way, when they go to the freezer, they're perfectly sweet. And as you can see, tons of sales.
I love saving time. I often like to buy prepackaged.
Something that's pre-packaged like this, if you shop from scratch and buy the parts instead, you can save up to 40%.
Whoa, 40%?
Yes.
And as consumers are tightening their wallets, grocery chains are taking notice. Target recently lowered prices on 3,000 products. Aldi leaned into its Budget King reputation and dropped prices on roughly 25% of items last summer. Walmart offers temporary rollback discounts and is pushing customers towards its own low-cost brand. But it's not just food you can save on.
Buying in bulk is a great way to save money, especially if you have the space. But be careful, you don't want to buy items in bulk that you're not going to use. Paper products is the perfect thing to buy in bulk.
And I guess if you're buying in bulk, less trips to the store, especially, it saves your time and your money with gas prices costing more.
Don't forget about your wardrobe.
As soon as the seasons change, I want to get rid of everything and get all new stuff. But the best way to do this is to just add a little bit of accessories. They can change your whole look without spending a lot of money. Look.
And what about makeup?
Makeup is a place that you don't have to toss everything. Think about all your personal care items. Some things will last a long time.
And there's often sales, right? Shopping the circulars.
That is a great tip. This is a great spot to shop circulars, coupons, store sales. There's lots of ways to save money here.
All right, we got Kelly O'Grady right here, right now. These are some really interesting tips. I think many of us knew about buying in bulk, but buying frozen was really interesting.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the fact that the nutrients are, at its peak and it's just flash frozen, I think it's a really interesting one. I've used it and it tasted exactly the same.
And there's something else that we were talking about off camera just before you went on, and that is using AI to enhance not only the shopping experience, but your savings.
That's right. So you can actually use some of these AI apps when you're in store to price compare. You can take a little screenshot maybe of your cereal and say, hey, is this the best deal? Is there somewhere nearby? A lot of the shopping apps, including Google, will actually call around for you in order to make sure it's available. But I'd also say, let's just use our human logic. Make a list. Stick to your budget. Don't shop the aisle. Just go up and down the aisles and get things that you don't need. I know, I do it too in Costco. But also think about, make sure you look at your digital coupons. You look for your loyalty rewards. Make that list before you go in so you have a plan and you stick to it.
So inflation has been down, but the prices are high. What's going on?
So obviously energy is one thing, but let's put that aside. I will say that inflation has calmed down, as you say, but that doesn't mean that prices aren't rising. They're just rising at a slower rate. And I think this is really important because I think sometimes viewers feel gaslit. You look at over the past 5 years, wages haven't kept up in most cases with prices. And that's why you feel that pinch. And it's going to take a while, especially with energy rising now.
All right, Kelly. Thank you.